Thank you, Jay Karti ji. It was indeed, as you know, as he mentioned, he is a DAV alumnus, and he has taken a different path. He's a young filmmaker, so I want to give a good introduction about Jay Karti, is a young filmmaker. He's a storyteller. As you see, a lot of his talk was about. He narrated about stories about, and he took anecdotal evidences as to how spirituality has been ingrained by other people in their lives. And he's also, he blends creativity with spirituality. And I request all of you to subscribe to his YouTube channel called Coconut Shell Tells. Coconut Shell Tells. So I'm sure I've seen that. It's a pretty nice, it's a very cool one. So I'm sure all the children will really like it. So it's in Tamil primarily, right? It's primarily in Tamil. So I'll request all the audience who understand Tamil out here to subscribe to this channel where he shares powerful stories on spirituality, humanity, and love that have touched thousands of viewers. He was trained for 7 years under Guruji T.S. Narayanan, founder of Atma Gnana Yoga, and guiding people in meditation, pranayama, and holistic living. He is passionate about digital storytelling and filmmaking and uses his art to make timeless spiritual wisdom relatable to today's generation. Right? It's very important because sometimes, as he mentioned, spirituality, we tend to think that it's only for the older people. So it's important to present spirituality in a refreshing way, and that's what Jay Kartik ji, he does. And he represents a bridge between tradition and modernity. So thank you, Jay Kartik ji, for joining us today and for enlightening us. While there are multiple messages, I think the best thing I liked was, he mentioned here a geometry box. Right? He had what did he mention? Who will talk about that? What did he mention? And what did he mention about it? What was his message on that? Yes. Yeah, so initially he was just thinking just by praying at that picture he will get more marks, but then he realized that he needs to pray to God to inspire him to study hard. Right? That's how God gives us happiness. Okay. So, thank you once again for being here today. Quickly, 5-7 minutes. I'll add on to an important development. So what was that 2 days back? What did we celebrate 2 days back? Independence Day, right? And it is absolutely appropriate that we discuss a little bit more about our independence and how did we exactly get it. So go back to 1947 and let me ask you a question. What were the circumstances? What happened at that point of time that Britishers left India? Was it that they were very, kind and they felt that, okay, enough of exploitation, we have looted billions and billions of dollars, enough, now we can go back? Was it that? No. So what was the reason? Sorry? Okay, so give me your freedom fighters' names. And in that particular time, around that particular period, 1940 to 1947, what happened? Gandhiji, Dandi March, okay? Please give a round of applause. My dear audience, it's important for us to understand. We have been given this narrative that India has been a uniquely pacifist country and non-violence, right? And we've been also given this narrative, na khadg na dhal, and ye santu ne kar diya kamal, Sabarmati ke santu ne kar diya kamal, right? Independence, my dear audience, was not achieved just by pursuing the policy of non-violence. That's a narrative given to us. But let's realize that 1947, in that period, 1940 to 47, what was happening around the world? And how did we really gain our independence? What were the key trigger factors? Is something that we need to understand because it holds relevance even today. So, in 1940s, what was happening globally? Any idea? There was World War II. Very good. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I guess most of you know, at the age of 23, he had gone to London to write what? To appear for civil services exam, the equivalent of the IAS. Okay. And this young lad from Bengal, born in Orissa, he gets the 4th rank out there. Extremely prestigious. Netaji Bose came from a very, very wealthy family as well. He studied in Anglo-Indian education, could afford to go to London, writes the ICS exam, gets the 4th rank, but then decides to give it away for the cause of independence. You and I, we keep harboring ambitions to keep going to the US or Europe, etc., because life is so-called better there. Here this young lad, at the age of 23, comes back to India, right? Serves in the Congress, also becomes a Congress president in 1938, and then develops some serious differences with Gandhiji. Serious differences on the approach to be taken to gain independence. The year 1941. Netaji Bose realizes that there's no point just being in India because the Britishers had completely encircled this country. Moment they do something, they will just pick you up and throw you in the prison. Right? And he realized that this way independence will not be achieved. So Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in the year 1941, he was under house arrest in Calcutta. House arrest means he was in his house but fully guarded. Could not just go out. Visitors were monitored. He still manages to slip away one night. And he drives in a car. He's driven by someone in a car all the way from Calcutta to the western part of the country, the current day Pakistan. And then he crosses into Afghanistan. And from there he goes to Russia. And from Russia he goes to Germany. Can you imagine this journey? How scary it sounds? Isn't it? Yes or no? Right? How scary this sounds. Right? So he goes to Germany. And he also goes over there and meets Hitler. Why does he meet Hitler? Right? Because he realizes that World War II is going on and countries like Germany and Japan, they are against the British. They are against the British. So he seeks help from Germany to liberate India. Also over there, he adopts a very interesting strategy. My dear children, it's at times very embarrassing to realize that Britishers ruled this country for 200 years. At any given point of time, that there were no more than 70,000 Britishers physically in this country. Some people say 20,000, 40,000, 50,000, I'm saying 70,000 Britishers. Indian population of 30 crores. How many were they? 70,000. How much Indian population? 30 crores. Matter of shame for us. The World War II, they were recruiting Indians. The Britishers recruited Indians to fight for Britain. Where? In Africa, in Europe, in Asia. You know how many Indians fought for the Britishers? Very good. Give a round of applause. Excellent. I'm so glad that we remember some part of our history. 25 lakhs It's 2.5 million, my dear audience. 25 lakh Indians fought for the Britishers. 67,000 of them were taken as prisoners of war. You know what prisoners of war is? They were fighting for the Britishers, they were captured alive. Netaji Bose goes to Germany. These Indians who were made prisoners of war, he talks to Hitler, right, and says, let's get them out, let them fight the Britishers. The war, go back 1 year further, 1943. The dynamics of war changes. Germany is getting a little weaker, and Netaji Bose realizes that it is difficult to get further extensive support from Germany. Think about the risks that gentleman takes. See the amount of passion that must be there in the blood. In February 1943, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose takes help from Germany and requests that he be sent to Japan. And all this while, remember, the Britishers had their spies on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. He had the risk of being assassinated on any day. February 1943, he boards a submarine from Britain to travel to Japan. He gets to Sumatra Islands, and over there he gets into a Japanese submarine, reaches Japan, takes help from Japan. I'm trying to keep it a little short. Takes help from Japan, and in December 1943, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose hoists for the first time the national flag on the Indian soil. Where was it? 1943. I'm not saying 1947. Singapore, no. Andaman. Right? He hoists the national flag in Andaman, reminding ourselves also about the prison over there. What is the prison called? Kalapani. All of you have read about it? Right? My dear audience, on this eve of independence, as we just go by, we think about it every year, right? 15th of August, it has become like a good holiday for all of us. Extended weekend is going on, right? We spend enough time going to various, we go to different tourist places, we go for different spiritual, religious journeys. But if at all, one place I personally feel that you owe to yourself as a Bharatiya to go and visit and to understand the pain, the struggles of the Indian independence, you should take a flight to Port Blair and go and see there this Kala Pani. This place, established in early 1900s, the way the Indian prisoners were treated over there, right? It was an absolute torture. Of 30 crore Indians, it's only a few who wanted to change the destiny of this Bharat. 29.x crore Indians were happy with whatever was, or were okay with whatever was going on. Handful, very, very few, only a few thousands were trying to fight the Britishers, and many of them were imprisoned in this Kalapani. At the very least, we should make an effort to at least go there and understand the kind of struggle that was faced by our freedom fighters. Right? So, on this Independence Day, 15th of August, we had Arya Samaj, always as an institution, has strongly believed that spirituality and patriotism go hand in hand. Right? Arya Samaj has sacrificed in terms of a lot for the liberation of Hyderabad Satyagraha. Because both these things need to go together. Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi. Young audience, a lot of children are sitting over here, as I mentioned. As I alluded earlier, please don't think that in this country things are not there. No opportunities here. Casteism is there here. I am an OC. I don't have reservation. Right? And thereby, try and leave this country for better pastures elsewhere. Right? This is your motherland, and this is where you need to serve. Because remember, do you choose your parents? No, we don't choose our parents. And we all love our parents exactly the same way, irrespective of their educational status, irrespective of their occupation, irrespective of their wealth. Isn't it? We love our parents the same way. The same applies to our country as well. And that's why the Shastras clearly say, Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi. So with those few thoughts, I thought I will talk about it, given the significance of the occasion. Thank you once again, Jay Karti ji, for inspiring us today. Namaste.